add to my remarks at the beginning that the awe I feel at the words that were spoken by the speakers is truly worthy of this majestic space. Judaism had an evolving view toward war. Judaism begins the pursuit for peace by emphasizing the necessity for the preservation of human life. In Judaism, the right of self-defense against hostile pursuit is obligatory. Our Talmud, the great foundation of rabbinic Judaism, teaches, if a person comes to kill you, rise early to kill him first. Here, the formulation remains problematic because we cannot determine intent definitively until too late. However, the principle of classic rabbinic Judaism is simple. The purpose of all of the rules and laws of Judaism is so that we shall live by them. Wars were well known in our Bible, many of them violent. However, there were rules. When the armies of the children of Israel were to draw nigh to a city to do battle, they first had to sue for peace. As rabbinic thinking about war evolved during our Talmudic era, our tradition grew to make distinctions between three categories of war, and these distinctions are critical to our conference today. The first was a milchemet mitzvah, an obligatory war. The second was a milchemet reshut, an optional war, and the third, a preemptive or preventative war. War was explained almost 2,000 years ago by the great Rava, who taught, all agree that Joshua's wars of conquest was a milchemet chovah, an obligatory war, and that the expansionist wars of King David were milchemet reshut, optional wars. But our rabbis differ with regard to the status of preemptive wars intended to prevent idolaters from attacking them. The greatest of all of our legal thinkers, Rabbi Moses Maimonides, takes up the question of war in his great Jewish work, the Mishnah Torah, in a section that he titled, The Laws of Kings and Their Wars. Professor Noah Feldman notes with sensitive insight that Maimonides, in his title, uses the words, their wars, to suggest that war had become a royal obligation rather than an individual obligation or even a collective obligation of Jews living in an era without kings. Maimonides exploits the ambiguity of voluntary war in order to transform the concept of obligatory war. Thus, Maimonides is able to conclude that one is not permitted to wage war against any person in the world until one calls that person for peace. Then Maimonides goes on to describe in detail how the suit for peace was to be made. If those against whom war was to be made, we were to hishlim, submit or acquiesce to the pursuit for peace, and there would be no war. If we listen carefully to the Hebrew of Maimonides, and remember also that he wrote and spoke Arabic, then we can surely hear in the Hebrew word he chooses, hishlim, the word Muslims use to describe their religion, Islam, meaning submission or acquiescence. We also hear in the Hebrew the root meaning of the word for peace, shalom. Peace was surely at the center of the thought of Samuel Hanagid, also known as Ismail ben Nagrela, born in 993, who lived until 1055. Samuel HaNagid was an advisor to kings, a poet, a scholar of distinction, perhaps the only Jew to serve as a military commander of a Muslim army. Shmuel HaNagid taught us that war at the outset is like a beautiful maid with whom everyone wishes to flirt, and in the end, like a despised hag, bringing tears and sadness to all whom she meets. Our rabbinic tradition is Irenic, favoring peace and moderation, even with formidable and unreasonable adversaries. Our religion insists on forgiveness. Judaism teaches us that when an evildoer makes amends, takes responsibility for a wayward, evil act, and then asks for forgiveness, the religious obligation of the injured party is to be forgiving. And our tradition is reasonable. If a person commits the same offense repeatedly, there is, of course, no forgiveness. Isaiah taught all of us about peace. He insisted that we begin our search for peace with the admonition, "Come, let us reason together." Regarding the passage mentioned about going to war against a city, "You shall proclaim peace to it," the rabbinic commentary goes on to teach, great is peace, for even the dead need peace. Great is peace. Even in war, the children of Israel need peace. Great is peace, for those who dwell on high need peace. As it is said in the book of Job, God makes peace in the high places. Great is peace, for the priestly benediction concludes with peace. Our most fervent hopes and prayers are expressed in the well-known admonition from the book of Isaiah, "V'chitatu charvotam li'itim, v'chanitotehem lemazmerot, lo yisa goy el goy cherev, v'lo yomadun od milchama." And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. A part of the human tragedy is that while we yearn for peace, we make war. And that is why in Armonk, New York, where I have been privileged to serve Congregation B'nai Israel for more than 30 years, we conclude all of our services with these words: Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. May the one who makes peace in the high places teach us how to make peace here in the low places, for ourselves, for the whole household of Israel, and for all of God's children. And let us say, Amen.